Alright, people, we have some drone stacks here. I'm going to go over a lot of them, and I'm probably going to forget and say some twice. But anyways, so we have M5 saying he posted the DoD counter UAS memo. So this is a memo, and it came out yesterday, but it was posted today. And I figured out how to make it bigger. So this is going to be the Department of Defense. Secretary of the Army is going to disestablish the Joint Counter Small Unmanned Aircraft System and establish a joint interagency task force that reports to the Deputy Secretary of Defense. I believe that would be PD Boy, to better align authorities and resources rapidly. To deliver CSUAS capabilities to America's warfighters, defeat adversary threats, and promote sovereignty over national airspace. But it will also be in charge of the procurement. So this could be interesting. Authorization and procurement authority, and will serve as a supported organization for the DoD's forensics, exploitation, and replication for SUAS. Consolidate replicator to resources. I'm not sure what that would mean. But anyways, this was the one that ONS and UMAC just invested in the other day, which everyone thought was kind of odd. And then UMAC, let us not forget. And I'm not even in UMAC, but I know some of you guys are, so I will give you the. And this is when Don Jr. joined the board of directors. So UMAC could have some definite. And then I do talk about ARCAT. I went out of ARCAT too. But I think ARCAT under this, we don't know what's happening. ARCAT's already sold to the Army, so there could be more. I don't know if there's more money that could be on top of that, because we don't really know. There kept then the something else he had posted actually had money on it that was about 100 million being for the counter drone, and the counter drone is basically only ONS. Well, I guess other ones too. Maybe Parasso could be something on this. This is and then because their communications and those kind of things, hopefully Parasso does something. I think they do. They make money. I mean, they're selling their product, and they had that unnamed defense contractor, and they still could have this NATO thing that they've hinted at. They're just, sometimes they take time. So then I said ARCAT, and I wasn't, RDW. That's another one a little bit down and out. And they're doing pills in space. We'll see if they can also do drones on Earth. I don't know. So then Kados is always something. And I was going to say Archer, Anduril partnership. Archer has an Anduril partnership. Kados is just a beast. What are you going to do? When do you get in? You pick a spot and you just jump in, I guess. And then, if I was going to say, recently, Archer Aviation got that when they've been doing their test flights. That was aerospace, excited to welcome a new person, deep root, serious transportation jobs. Dude, he is an active CEO. I think that is an important thing. And their shit looks legit. And it's flying. They did the test flights, and they're flying around Abu Dhabi, 55 miles in 31 minutes, 126 miles per hour. That is the future. And they have this partnership with the United Arab Emiratis. That's what I initially loved so much about them. And where's the one about this? Their production capabilities to achieve rate of 50 aircraft per year across our 700,000. See, this is them building out. We currently have 6 million aircraft, and this obviously is about drones, what they're talking about in that other thing in the memo. But Archer, they could be doing there. I think they're doing, could spread out into drone things. And if you look at Archer, our sweet baby Archer, looks like, well, I guess you can't really call him a sweet baby in that context, but they'll come back. I think they will, because want to know what else I was looking? Joby. Also, all this stuff in the air, I think, benefits because they see the need of air travel. Air travel is important. I think if air travel gets cheaper, then everybody can air travel. It'll be wonderful. Well, people do now. But look at, see, Joby, I'm thinking about when to hop on into a Joby train, because they're definitely on a dip. I have to write that down, because Joby is one. I don't know where to write it down. I'm not organizing anything. I'm just going to forget and then blame you people when it goes back up. Mark this. So anyways, Joby and SRFM, we can just get real, that's a Palantir one down. All of this has to do with air shit, because also the more stuff flying in the air, the better coordinated air thing has to be, which is not a good sign now, because it's obviously not going the smoothest. But Then Joby, that's why they bought Blade. But Server Mobility does stuff with Palantir, and Palantir wants to do stuff with the air. So, any of those. Also, I have to come back to say OPTT, and now I have to put this stupid video into the stupid friggin' Apple thing, and I hate it, and it's going to take forever. But OPTT, people, because drones and ocean shit connects, because the drones are going to be flying over the water, and OPTT, that's going to help. I think that OPTT is definitely a nice one. And then you could also say satellites, because satellites and drones are really going to go hand in hand, because when the drones are flying around, and especially if the drones start to be autonomous, which I don't really know how that would work, but then I guess if they still need to see stuff and they predict things of what's coming. So satellites, and then you could also have PL. That's a little guy that's actually on a high, and I kind of like it. And you know what else? You have GSAT, which used to be a love of mine before. Well, they had a reverse split, and then they were down. I was at the split, and then I don't even know. No, wait, that wasn't the split. When was the split? They've been on a slow rise like this. I think the split was, I don't know. But they have a subsidiary that gets a shitload of government contracts from like the DA. They do a lot of satellite stuff. So GSAT's a slow riser. Oh, ASTS. Everybody loves ASTS. Rocket Lab, of course. I've been talking about Rocket Lab a lot, but this would be ASTS. They're going to have their satellite shit. But Rocket Lab, vertical integration. They can launch their own stuff. ASTS can't launch their stuff. So, but Rocket Lab and ASTS can work together, and that would be fun. BKSY, they had that Palantir contract going back from 2021, but it never got updated. So I don't know if Black Sky is still involved with Palantir. I would really like to know that, because that would be a valuable piece of information. But I think satellites and drones will definitely have to go hand in hand. All of this military stuff definitely is going to rely on the satellite stuff. I think. Speculative.